Holy Spirit,
They better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey,
Let's go.
they say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot.
Hold
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey.
Let's go.
They say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey.
Let's go.
They say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey.
Let's go.
They say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey.
Let's go.
They say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. But you're the only judge that I need and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my way. So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
They
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey.
Activate. Let's go. Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate.
Hey, hey.
Let's go.
They say I ain't saved cause I cuss a little bit. but you're the only judge that I need, and that's it. They always in my business cause they say I backslid. They read the Holy Bible, but they ain't applying it. So Holy Spirit, activate. If you do it right now, that would be great. I ain't trying to smack this chick in the face. Don't you see me down here trying to change my ways? So
Holy Spirit,
you better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
activate.
Hey, hey, hey.
You cannot. Okay.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better do it, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
You
activate.
better get them, Lord.
Holy Spirit,
Before I get them, Lord.
Sorry. Okay, I'm over here playing with this sound. How is my sound? Is the sound good? Is it good? Sorry. Hit the like, please hit the like. How was the sound? Is the sound good? Is it echoing? Or anything like that? Okay, Tressa said good. Okay, but y'all always say that. Like, y'all say it at the beginning. Yes, Tressa. Y'all say it at the beginning, and then like 3-4 minutes in, y'all be like, it's echoing. Okay, y'all saying yes, good. Rose said no echo. Okay. Okay, Henny Cake said it's fine. Chillaxton side said it sound good to her. But Chuck said fine. I mean, sorry. Henny Cake said fine. Okay, okay. Laniqua says good is fine for now. Oh, did you say for now, girl? Ooh, the shade with the for now. Black Sheep says sounds clear. Okay, yes. Okay, I love you guys. Welcome back to my show, The Shine W Way Show. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Well, Todd, don't give me no reason to. Nah. Look at here. That's all, Ty girl. Just be good, girl, and I'll be good too. Lindy Coop said, "My love, no shade. Love you so much. Oh my God, I love you too. Well, my God, I love you guys." So, we are back. Okay, with episode 2 of part 1. Okay, now we not going really fast with this because it is a lot to unpack. Oh my God, where are my notes? Oh my God, where are my notes? Okay. I literally have to get my notes. Okay. So I'm going to start talking, but I'm going to have to run. I have to get my notes. I left them. Y'all have me running all around the world. This is y'all's fault. It's y'all fault. It's y'all fault. It's y'all fault. It is. It's you guys' fault because I'm trying to put like a good show together for you guys. Right. So I have to take notes, and I think I left them in my car. So, because I was literally transporting kids around and stuff. So it's just, look at here. You guys did this. No, Sherry. No, Tasha girl. Don't say that I always do this. Miss Keisha. Now, this is a little piece of y'all fault. It really is. And I wrote down some really good notes, and I pretty much figured all of this out. Okay? I pretty much figured all of this out, and it's going to come from a good place in my heart. Okay? Now, it took me hours to figure out what is going on in Wendy's life. Okay? Okay? Now, I deal with the white people can't. All right? And I done pretty much, probably, hopefully, figured all of this out. Okay? Now I have to go run and get my notes, go get y'all something to drink real quick. I'm going to be really fast because I'm really fast. I work out. Yes, I work out. So, yes. So I will be right back. Okay? Here go my girl. I'll be right back. Okay, I got my notes. Okay. Girl, I have to run, girl. Woo, girl. Ooh, y'all got me running. My God. My goodness. Yes, I really am breathing this hard. Oh, my God. I was so fast. Oh, my God. I was so fast. I've never been that fast. So in my life, I was that fast. There we go. So I'm guess when it's so sad, girl. Yes. Oh, my God. I've never been that fast for my life. You guys are welcome, okay? Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Oh, y'all couldn't hear? Oh, well. Like, oh, well, look, I can't do everything. Nah, I don't have a team. My God. Don't make me start treating y'all how Wendy was treating them people on that show. And now looky here. Okay? Nah, I don't have a team. I don't have anybody to yell at. My God. So look here, okay? Y'all don't have no sound. It's all right. A lot of y'all, most time y'all act like y'all don't even like my girl song. Now y'all mad you can't hear it. Pick a team. Now, Wendy Williams, I'm gonna need a couple of dollars, girl. Okay? Yes, GD, yell at y'all instead. That's what that were. Okay? Now, I don't have a damn team yet. Okay? But eventually, I'm gonna have to start hiring a couple people, paying y'all a couple dollars. Okay? This is too much. This is too much. Okay, so can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Because some of y'all in the chat talking about some no sound. If y'all talk about no sound, the Holy Spirit activate, get over it. She said, they say I ain't say, but I cuss a little bit. Girl, that's what she said in the song, girl. My God. I'm about to quit. I'm about to quit. I love y'all. I love y'all. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Now, my show is a little piece, a ghetto, and unorthodox. It is what it is. Okay? I don't have a team. Y'all tried it. So, that's just what that word. That's just what that word. So, yes, I don't have a team, so I don't have to apologize for anything that I would normally blame on, like, staff, right? So, yes. So, I mean, this is what it is. Like, I'm not doing this for you guys. So, now let me get into my notes because I took a lot of notes and I'm about to save Wendy life. Absolutely. Wendy, I'm about to save your life. Wendy, I'm about to save your family. I'm about to do all of it. I'm about to do all of that, girl. I'm about to save your life, and I'm gonna need a couple dollars, okay? Girl, when they open up that counter, at least a drink or something, because Britney Spears, I told her, look here, just give me a drink when we free you. And she ain't give me no drink. So now I'm gonna have to start charging y'all, okay? So maybe I'm gonna need a couple dollars. So yeah, let's get into this. So we're gonna pick up pretty much like where we left off last time, and I'm gonna go. But some of these notes I'm gonna skip because they're boring. So I want to get to the tea. I absolutely do. So now we get to a little piece over than last time. Now again, when we watched this, it was so sad. You know, the first part we leave in episode 1, but you know, exiting the last part of episode 1 that we didn't talk about before we get into episode 2. Okay, so episode 1 has 2 episodes, and then episode 2 has 2 episodes. Shout out to my moderators, Baby Shay and whatnot. We're supposed to be going over to. We can go over to the stream room after we leave here and watch part 2. Okay, over there. So we're saying about like an hour, or so, and I'm gonna go. That we're just gonna hop over there, girl. So yes. So let me think. We're gonna start here. Okay, we talked about Wendy wearing Kevin clothes. We talked about that. Okay, now during the whole unresponsive thing. Okay, so during C19, Wendy was down bad. I wrote that. She was down bad. Ooh, girl. Ooh, how you doing? Our girl was down bad, girl. And DJ Booth was there the entire show. He was on the lights, the cue cards, and all of that stuff. So they showed in the first episode how when the Wendy show was on hiatus because of C19 and, you know, distancing and all that stuff, DJ Booth, while she was at home, he ran everything. He did like the lights, the cue cards. He was over there doing everything. He was over there being every woman. Absolutely. DJ Booth, Nicki Minaj, DJ girl, was over there being every woman, girl. He was on everything. He was in there doing makeup, hair, all of that, right? So while he was over there, he would go back and forth and, look out for her. But he said that, she was doing a lot of drinking and it was just real bad over there. That Wendy was down real bad. And while he was over, he said it was times that he was scared, and I'm a girl, to leave her there. Y'all, I was like, yes, keep talking. Shut your mouth and keep on talking, DJ Boo. So DJ Boo said there was one time that he went over there and he found her unresponsive. Oh my goodness. So then they said that he had called the family. He was crying. I said, oh my God. Now DJ Booth act like he really couldn't talk about it. But Travis Finney, which is Wendy's nephew, he talked about it. He said that DJ Booth called them and just like, I'm a girl. So I was like, oh my God, you lying. He was crying. Yay was crying, a girl. What he sound like? Was it like that? Was he worried? It's like, oh my word. Shut your mouth and keep on talking. So he said that DJ Boo called fam. Like he couldn't even talk, and I'm a girl. I said, oh my God. Oh no. Oh my God. Was she breathe? I said, oh my God. Oh my God. So or he said that they had to get the people over there because so DJ Booth had to call names of the 1-1 girl so that the ambulance could come over there and get Wendy, girl. He said she was unresponsive. So that's when she had to get 3, not 1, not 2, but 3. Yes, 3 blood transfusions. I was like, Wendy, girl, what is going on, girl? I said, girl, the liquor got you like that? If you having to get blood transfusions and all of this is getting deep, girl. I said, oh my God, Wendy, you need me in your life, girl. I will get you together. I will get you together, girl. I don't care nothing about your mood swings and none of that. And you talking about people needing lipo and all of that, because when you tell me what I need, I'm gonna tell you what you need. That's it. We're gonna have a nice, calm conversation about it. Okay. You sitting there telling people, oh, I wish you would get liposuction and I'm a girl and all of that stuff. I'm gonna tell you the same thing, girl. I mean, it's nothing. Girl, you say, I wish you do something about your teeth. I wish you do something about your feet. How you do it? I can handle you. I say, oh, girl, it's nothing. Oh, girl, we get along fine. Yeah, you just need to meet the same energy. See, everybody around you got a whole bunch of yes men around you. I'm a no man. Yeah, you think you about to with me? No. You think you about to play with me? No. You think you about to disrespect me? No. Like, I'll bring you back there. I'll make you, girl, I will yell the dementia away. You ain't got to worry about that, Wendy, girl. You need a little piece of Sean around your girl. Because I'll get you right on together, girl. Absolutely. Girl, how you doing? So, and I'm a girl. So, gays. So, Wendy, girl, they had to get a girl 3 blood transfusions, and DJ Booth had called the family crying. DJ Booth saved it in her life. I said, I know that's right, Yay High, DJ Yay High. Now, I like him. And he saved our girl. Okay? Now, he saved Wendy Wendell's life, and we appreciated it. Okay? Okay? So, and I'm a girl. So that was a good part. Shout out to DJ Booth. Then he was trying to sit there and act like it was certain stuff that he didn't want to talk about. Then why is you here? What they bring this booster seat here for? I'm like, oh my God. They bought that booster seat for nothing because he act like he ain't want to give up the tea, girl. I'm like, DJ Booth, you know she ain't got no show no more. You go ahead. Let it out. Let it out. And go ahead. It's not embarrassing her. She's mine. She said she doesn't mind being the seat. She said, thank you. Okay. Okay. So, and I'm a girl because I'm like, no, I ain't the one spent $40 on this booster seat. And he trying to sit here act like he don't want to talk about only when he was on the show. I DJ for 14 years. We get it. Okay. Okay, girl. Give up the tea. Nah. So, and I'm a girl. So, okay. So when Wendy came back after the C19 in 2020, Booth quit. So he said that, you know, Wendy did not fire him. The team, you know, no. He chose not to return because he said he couldn't do this new Wendy, okay? He liked the Wendy before. You know, the Wendy before the Lady Liberty fell. He like, this person, I can't sign up for. Like, I just found her basically unresponsive. You know, all if this how she about to be living her life, I don't want to be a part of this, okay? I'm over it, okay? So that's what that were. That's what they were. So he didn't quit. He just didn't come back because, you know, he couldn't sign up for the new Wendy. So then Alex Finney, which is her niece, she spoke. She said that Wendy's mother, which is her grandmother, Alex's grandmother, Wendy's mom, told her to always protect her aunt. Move right along. So she said Wendy couldn't grieve her mother because she was working. Okay. Now, that is very so much true. The Wendy Williams show should have gave her time after her mom passed away because her mom was very near and dear to her. She had an extremely close relationship with her mother, and she didn't get a chance to grieve her properly. She didn't get a chance to do that. She had to keep working and, you know, go this roller coaster lifestyle that she had, you know, from car to car to this to that, from plane to plane. You know, she was still living that lifestyle instead of, you know, taking some time and actually realizing, you know, that her mother is gone and coming to terms with that. So I think that that added on to, you know, the drinking and the substance abuse and all of that other stuff. I think that that added on to that. So the Wendy Williams show not wanting to comment when they did reach out from one, I would understand because y'all are dirty. Y'all are very dirty. You absolutely are. I don't know why y'all feel like it's with Black families, especially, mothers are very essential. I'm not saying that mothers aren't essential, like at all, but mothers really are the rock, you know, and a lot of other nationalities, the dad, you know, if present, is more so of the force to be reckoned with in the situation. But in a lot of Black communities, mothers are like matriarchs, like for real matriarchs, the glue. They're all of those things. And when a person loses a mother like that, losing somebody that close to you can be traumatic if you don't deal with it. You know, when you just the thought of, so like, even with her son, like with her son not being around her is traumatic to her because anytime he's brought up, it's like she can't even take talking about him, you know. And I'm gonna get into why I feel that Wendy does that, but you know, that her mother was the same thing. You know, if you notice, her team never brings up her mom. If y'all notice that, when they say family, they always insert like her son, you know, or people like that, a niece and nephew, things like that. They never bring up Wendy's mother, ever. If you notice, pay attention. If you watch it again, or notice no one brings her mom up. If so, it would be family. The only person that I truly, besides her sister, was her niece that brought up, and her father brought up her mother. But nobody else brought up Wendy's mom. I was very kind of taken aback by that because I think that that's a big piece in Wendy's behavior with like alcohol and things like that. I think she never got a chance to grieve her mom. I don't, and I think it is such a sore subject. It's such a painful subject that people refrain from even talking about her mom or bringing her mom up at all, if you will. So yeah, so I did notice that. I'm like, because I think that that's an important thing that she needs to talk about. She needs to talk about her mom. It's important for her not to forget her mom because she didn't get a chance to grieve. So it's easier to forget and suppress than remember and go through the pain. You know, I think it's too painful for her to deal. I think it's too much. It's too much weight on her. So I think that's just like out of sight, out of mind. And that's where she places it because her mom is like here. Her mom is everything. If you've heard her speak of her mother, nothing but good things. She says, and her family, the rest of the family too, they say nothing but good things about Wendy's mother. So yeah, I think she needs to talk about that. I think in therapy with other family, I think she needs to talk about it. February 2022, the Wendy Williams show ended, and Wendy had no idea. Alex Fine told her Shepard replaced her. So when the Wendy Williams show was over, when they put the nail in the coffin, it was just like, it's a wrap. She didn't know. She had no idea. Nobody from the Wendy Williams team called and told her. Fact. She did find out in the streets. More so of her niece coming to her like, yeah, you know, the Sherry Shepherd show is starting. You know, she has your time slot. You know, your time slot is gone. And there were people in her family telling her, from what I hear, her sister, Wanda Williams, was telling her that she was going to get her show back. So allegedly, her sister Wanda was giving her the false sense of hope of the show coming back, allegedly. And her ex-husband, Kevin Hunter, said that Wanda was telling her that the show was coming back. And I guess everybody else is pretty much laying it on thick, like, it's not. But her sister was just like, oh yeah, it is, totally. So yeah, I guess. Producers of the Wendy Show declined for comment on replacing Wendy. So they did reach out to the Wendy Williams Show, to the producers, and asked them for comment about the replacement. Like, how did that happen? And did you reach out or contact her to let her know that she was being replaced, that her time slot was gone and whatnot? And they declined to comment. So it definitely gives y'all her dirty. Like, that's so messed up for the woman to be sitting there thinking her show is coming back, and y'all were actually giving her the time that she deserved, because she deserved that time. Having that show for what, 13, 14 years, something like that, and never truly getting the breaks that is due to her. Y'all just run her and 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 run her. And then when her batteries are running out, when it's time to recharge them, y'all want her back on the floor immediately. Y'all don't want to wait until the battery fully charges. Y'all want to put the charger in and just go right back to it. You know, so that's what y'all were doing. That's how I look at it. You know, y'all just stuck the plug in her back and just like, nope, keep going. Yeah, your mom passed away. Our condolences. Today we talking about this. We got this person coming through that you're going to interview. Like, that's how y'all was treating her. Like, tell the truth. That's why she's so like cold-hearted at times too, because she gets it honest. She got it from y'all. Y'all taught her to be cold-hearted. Kevin Sr. was her protection. Kevin did protect her. He did. He was her muscle. He helped Wendy get her way. That's why the producers and stuff hated Kevin. That's why they really didn't care too much for him at all, because he would not let them treat her any type of way. He would not. I will give Kevin that. He would not let them treat her any type of way. He was making sure that Wendy was getting her just due. That's why he made sure she made it there safe, try to have her sober as he could and ready to get on camera. Okay? That happened because of Kevin. So he was like it was like bittersweet with him leaving, you know, when they got divorced and separated and whatnot. But it was bitter because now her behavior is like really erratic, and it's all over the place, and she's drinking and all of this stuff, and rarely showing up to work. When she is showing up to work, she's late, you know, and all of this stuff. But at the same time, you know, like, we do miss that about Kevin. When they were together, he made sure that she was here. Like, he did that. So bittersweet. So, you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I think that, yeah, Kevin Jr. and Wendy aren't speaking because he hates that she drinks. So I want to make that clear. The reason Wendy Williams, because I think people are getting confused by that too. The reason because Wendy's not going to admit it, but I can see right through it. Because if you listen to Kevin Jr., he's telling you. The reason he's not speaking to his mother and why they want that 8-month period and not speaking is because she will not stop drinking. He has a no alcohol rule, none. No alcohol around him, you can nothing at all. Wendy loves him. Wendy's the type of person, just like Kevin said, her son, she will push anybody away that tries to make her stop drinking or focus on not drinking, right? If you listen to the staff, there's been arguments that she's had with them and even fired certain staff members, although they kept their job, but just telling them that they're fired because they're disagreeing with her drinking. Okay. So she can get mad at them and cut them off, but she can't do it to her own son. So that's why she treads lightly when it comes to Kevin Jr. and not the other way around. Kevin Jr. keeping it real. Like she cannot drink around me, like at all. If I'm going to be around her, she is going to be completely sober. That is the only way I will be around her. And this stems from his childhood. Okay, he's like this from his childhood, from childhood to now. So he's been dealing with her drinking. This isn't something new, maybe new to y'all, but this is old to me. Okay, so that's his rule. And Wendy loves her son, so she cannot help but respect him because she has a problem with anybody that has a problem with her drinking. It's an issue for her. You become an issue if you have an issue with her drinking. She don't care to hear nothing about anybody telling her that drinking is a problem, right? Except when it comes to her son. She don't want to battle with him. She even said on the that when they came in and she was on the phone with Kevin Jr. and Kevin Jr. had hung up with her, they said, "Oh, you're talking to Kevin Jr.?" She said, "Yeah." They were like, "Well, when do you talk to him?" She says, "All the time, anytime I want to." She says, "Sometimes he says mean things." What she views Kevin saying is mean is that he doesn't like her drinking and that he doesn't want her drinking. That is what she's referring to. She won't say it out loud because then she has to take accountability. Then she has to deal with it, and she doesn't want to. She keeps avoiding the fact that she has a drinking problem. Most alcoholics don't come to terms with it, especially when you got a bunch of yes men around you. They don't come to terms with it. It takes people exiting from you to see you have an issue. And I think that that's what Kevin Jr. was doing besides the Guardian, because we're going to get into the Guardian too. The Guardian is the main reason why Kevin Jr. is not around his mother. The Guardian requested that Kevin Jr. be removed. She requested that. Sabrina Morrissey requested that Wendy Williams' only son, the person that means the world to her, to be removed. Absolutely. He got to go. She put him out of Wendy's home. Yes. Sabrina Morrissey. Absolutely. It's in the court paperwork. She said he got to go. Her own, Wendy owns, if you're going to be her guardian, you know that her son means everything to her. Why remove him? She wasn't drinking. When she was in Miami, she was sober. She was with her son. That was the stipulation. If she wanted him around her, she had to stop drinking. Kevin Jr. don't mind giving up the glitz and the glam and all that. That's Wendy's lifestyle. And that's how she raised him. So I'm like, yeah, that's odd that you will want the son removed. Because she said that she doesn't want Wendy drinking. Okay, neither does he. But see, the difference between Sabrina, the difference between you and Kevin Jr., she care about what Kevin think. She don't give up about what you say. So if you tell Wendy to stop drinking, it's going to fall on deaf ears. If Kevin Jr. tells her to stop drinking, it's a conversation now. It's a conversation. She's not going to shoo him away like she does everybody else. She can't say to Kevin Jr., "You're fired." She can't say that. She can't. And she loves him. So with her loving him, she'll do anything for him. She will. She only stopped drinking in Florida because she was with her son. That's it. There's no other reason. No other reason. That is it. Crazy. Yes, her father is still alive. Yes. Let's keep going in the notes because I'm like, wow. So he hates that she drinks. Kevin Jr. And that's why he hasn't been around her and why he won't be around her. Because besides when they do have their little visits, is that he doesn't want anything to do with her drinking. It's me or the alcohol. Is how Kevin Jr. is, and more power to him. I think Kevin Jr. is wonderful. He's a great guy. And Wendy wants to leave everything to Kevin. Okay, so when we get into the next part, that's another thing that's really weird in episode 2 is the allegations. But we'll get into that. Kevin was completely cut off financially. So as of now, Wendy does nothing for Kevin financially. He takes care of himself. He doesn't want her money. He hasn't seen her in 8 months. This is at that point in time. He just wants her to be healthy and wants her wants her to love him and his family. I said he just wants his mom. Wendy is hurt by not having her son around. You could tell. Wendy is devastated. That's why anytime Kevin Jr.'s name come up, it's like instant tears because she misses him terribly. You could tell that she really misses Kevin. So I have a question because this is ending that episode, going into the next one. My question is, how can you verify dementia if she is an alcoholic? When does the dementia kick in if she's always drunk? So that is why I question the dementia. Because part of alcoholism, especially drinking over time, memory loss is one of those things. Why are they acting like the only way to have memory loss, you have to have dementia? Because she's 60 or turning 60. So since she's that age, it's dementia. How if she is an alcoholic? Alcoholics are extremely forgetful. They absolutely are. You could be talking to somebody that's drunk, mid-conversation, they completely forget what they say. You have alcoholics that can spark and have an entire conversation with a stranger as if they've known them their whole lives. So I'm just confused. I'm like, well, what's pinpointing the dementia? Because memory loss isn't good enough if she's an alcoholic. I'm like, there's other things that go along with alcoholism. So it's not just, and then there's part of alcoholism that is inspired by dementia, alcoholic dementia or alcohol dementia. So I'm just like, I really don't think, because they're just saying dementia and then aphasia. So again, frontal temporal, dementia. I was like, what? She's a drunk. She a drunk. Excuse me? How can these testings even be near correct if she's not sober? So her going to a neurologist and all of that, she drunk. Like, how you testing somebody drunk? Don't they have to be sober for these tests to be accurate? How are the tests accurate drunk? So you're just throwing dementia on it. I'm like, well, that doesn't make sense. Is this a sober diagnosis? Was she diagnosed with this like while in treatment? Like while you knew she was sober and the same behavior was okay, which still can be affected by alcohol if she's not sober long. Like I feel like she would need to heal. Her body would need to be at 100% or close to it as you could get, meaning a year or two without alcohol before you're even trying these type of tests for like dementia and stuff like that. She's been sober a year and these things are still going on. Okay, this is when I feel like we should take her to a neurologist, and let a neurologist figure out what's going on with her. But how can you figure this out with her drunk? I'm very confused by that. Very confused. I'm like, it's giving y'all want her to have this diagnosis so that y'all can keep the guardianship over her. It's like you don't want her to get better. It's like you keep feeding her alcohol, you know, and stuff like that to keep her in these conditions. So when you take her to court and she's acting all erratic and whatnot, it makes it look as if she is susceptible to certain abuses, financial and all, even sexual, you know, and all type of other things. Like, absolutely. I just found that weird. I'm like, how are they doing these tests with her drunk? So you mean to tell me that a neurologist can't tell when somebody's intoxicated? Why would a neurologist even do anything? Like, isn't that like malpractice? Like, how are you testing this person as if they are in the condition to have these tests done? They're not. They're not. This is brain wise. So it's brain function is what you're specifying. Her brain is inebriated. Like, she's inebriated. Like, she's intoxicated. She's drunk. Literally, everywhere she goes, she's drinking. They're at places and she wants liquor delivered to the car where she's at. So you don't think, and then she'd fallen asleep in a room with bottles of alcohol. So you're taking her to these doctor's appointments the next day. You don't think she's getting up drinking? You know, like, this is what she do. So she's going around to all these places intoxicated. She's going to these appointments intoxicated. So what are you testing for? Brain-wise, I don't understand that. I'm like, whatever. So it is what it is. I just kept realizing that throughout the show. I'm like, why? Okay. So Ashbury Park is the next episode that comes out. And Wendy gets to go back home to New Jersey and she sees family and, well, not necessarily family, well, people that are like family, neighbors and whatnot. She went to an arcade that she's clearly been to because she was, there was a photo over there. So she had been there, but she didn't remember being there. And again, she's drunk. So I'm like, okay. Will saying to her, oh, you probably just don't remember that you were here. Or she's drunk. If she was sober, she probably would remember this place. She's drunk. The entire docuseries, besides the little point to where she was gone and was at the wellness treatment and brought back, Wendy was drunk the whole time. The whole time. That's another thing I want to point out. Every time you seen her, she was drunk. Pretty much. Every single time. She was intoxicated. 100%. So yeah, she was drunk. When she came from the doctor's appointment, drunk. Went to the doctor's appointment, drunk. Went to go get her some new vapes and, you know, stuff like that, drunk. Literally, when they went to the restaurant, drunk. She wanted more liquor because I feel like it was coming down. So she was telling them, go give me some wine, you know, and all of that. Another thing you don't really see her do is eat. You don't. Now, when they were at dinner, it looked like she was about to nibble on the food, but you don't actually see her like literally put it in her mouth and like chewing and stuff like that. So eating, and they filmed for 2 years. So it was often that she literally wouldn't eat. It's like, wow, like, why is she not eating? Why is no one at the table making sure she's eating? I'm like, she should definitely be eating something, even if it's just like a small salad or something or some soup. It's like she needs to eat. Like, why is she not eating? People worried about her alcohol, but they're not worried about her food intake. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I definitely think that she's either bulimic or anorexic. So someone like Wendy Image is like everything to her. So, and she's suffered from disorders before. So I think that it may still be happening. With her being so thin, her legs being so frail. And I'm a girl. So that was definitely a lot. Definitely a lot. I noticed that. I'm like, why isn't she eating? Why doesn't anybody say anything about food? Maybe once or twice I did hear somebody say something about, I think it was Will. He said something about food. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Over 900 people in here. We should be at least 600 likes. Can we please take a moment to hit the like? Please, please, please. I'll stop talking. I'll stop talking. Now they took Wendy to her street. It's called Wendy Williams Way. And upon bringing her to the street, the poor thing didn't even know where she lived, y'all. I said, wow, that is very unfortunate that you sitting here this drunk, girl, that you don't even realize that you live that way. Girl, you don't live over there, girl. No, girl. Now you see how I say Wendy Williams Way, girl. This is the street because this is the street you lived on. You saying you lived over there. The street ain't over there, sweetie. The street right here. So that means that you live down this street because this is why they renamed it. Because this is where you live, girl. So that was unfortunate because that was super obvious that obviously her house that she grew up in is on the street that they named after you. She pointed to the other side of town. Like, okay, do you have another street? Because I'm a girl. Okay? Now, instances like that, whether it's alcohol dementia or the frontotemporal dementia, but that's when I can see because it's like way too obvious for her to not have figured out. Like it's clearly on the street because that's why they renamed it, right? Now, that is a sign to me of like, not that I'm a doctor or anything, but I'm just saying that would make sense. Like if someone was saying like, oh, well, she doesn't even remember the street that she was on. And it, lived on, and the street is named after her, Wendy Williams Way. And, she's standing right in front of the sign, taking a picture of it and in front of it and all that stuff and has no idea. Now, that's completely different from just being drunk. That's something else. That's why I'm like, okay, that's different because she remembers being 6 years old, Ashbury Park, like that's like stapled into her mind. So why wouldn't the home be? The home I grew up in is stapled in my mind. Like I remember the street, everything. I'll never forget it. Type of situation. And if I do, going in front of it, I feel like will make me remember it. That's why I believe when she got to the house, that when she stood outside of it and like looked at it, and when she started crying, I think that's when the memories, started to come back to where she could see little her running around and, being outside and stuff like that. And remember being a child in the home. So that part to me I think it was a good cry. I don't think that was a sad cry. I think it was a good cry because, her mom's gone and that house, like memory wise, like reeks of her mother. Like I'm sure every good moment she thought of in the mental frame that she had in her mind, her mom had to be in those pictures. So I think that was really good. Like it was good to get her there, good to get her into the community around the people that still love her and adore her and are rooting for her and whatnot. And again, this was all to go to Ashbury Park to promote Wendy's podcast. So Wendy took photos with fans and neighbors. Wendy broke down looking at her old house. Wendy wants back on television. Will hasn't made that happen. Now, Will does sit down with people about Wendy's podcast, and we're going to get into that. But before we do, they introduced Tommy Williams Sr., which is Wendy Williams' father. And of course, he had nothing but great things to say about his daughter. You could tell that he very so much loves his daughter. He's proud of his daughter. Happy for her accomplishments, but you can definitely tell that he is worried. He is worried about her. And then they cued in Tommy Williams Jr., which is Wendy's brother and obviously Tommy, Wendy's father's son. He spoke on like Wendy always talking about that she was going to be famous and walking around with a hairbrush, pretending to do interviews, like as a child and stuff like that. So it was good moments. It was good to hear those things because then it kind of wrapped into Wendy always saying, 6 years old, Ashbury Park. So it kind of like tied in with what she had been saying. So yeah, her father, you can tell, is worried. You can tell because how he was speaking of her, speaking of her as if he hasn't seen her, speaking of like of what he remembers of her instead of like currently remembering her, type of situation. So that was kind of sad, bittersweet, but sad. So let's get to him. The manager, Will asked Wendy why she had a bunch of money laying in a jewelry box. So in the episode, she had a stack. It was like, I guess like $15,000, $15,000, something like that. And he wanted to know, like, okay, well, why you got this just sitting here when he came into her bedroom? And she said, well, you gave it to me. Like, I got it because you gave it to me. Like, and Will encouraged her to put it in Wells Fargo, put it in the bank. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, I say Wells Fargo because Wendy still has bank accounts at Wells Fargo, right? So the producer asked him, because I'm like, well, why would you be encouraging her to put it in the bank? Because the money that he getting the money from Sabrina the Guardian. The Guardian is giving the money to him. And who knows exactly how much that she's giving him, because I want to know what his cut is. What is your cut? Is she giving you $20,000 like every 2 weeks or a month or something like that? And you just giving Wendy 10? Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Please hit the like. Because what is your percentage? Like, I want to know what he getting because he crooked. I don't like Will at all. I don't like. I tried. I don't like him. I don't like him. I don't like him. I do not like him. So Will said, I mean, the producers asked him, why would Wendy, put the money that you're giving her inside of the Wells Fargo account if they're taking her money? Why would she want to give the people that's keeping her money from her back her money, right? So Will said that he made a separate account. Okay, so she has a separate account at Wells Fargo. Hello? At Wells Fargo. The same place she don't want nothing to do with because they basically trying to control her life and money financially, right? So I have a question about that, Will. Later on in the episode, this same episode, Wendy says that she does not have a bank card, that she does not have a card. That is why she keeps cash. Will, if you made her a separate account, why does she not have a debit or credit, or like, why does she have why does she have a card? Shout out to Work in Progress for joining coffee. Thank you so much. Welcome, gang, gang. Thank you for buying a coffee. I'm confused by that. I'm like, okay, well, why doesn't she have a card? Why does she still have to use cash? If you got her a separate account, then she should definitely have a card. She doesn't. That's weird. So if she has a separate bank account, where's her card? Why doesn't she have a card? Why it doesn't give that she's able to access it unless, I guess, she goes up there? Because you're handling all the money, Will. You're handling all the cash. So they asked Will about the guardianship. Will states the guardianship happened because of financial standpoint. Okay, now my title says Kevin Jr. stole $100K for Wendy. Okay, and that's there for a reason. I'm literally saying that. Sister Wanda stole 15 mil, well, up to 15 mil, and guardianship happened because of its theft. Okay, so Will says the guardianship started because of a financial standpoint. He says Wells Fargo felt transactions were being done without Wendy's approval, and they went to the court. Okay. At that point in time, the person who had access to Wendy's account was her sister. Okay? Was Kevin Jr. and Wanda Williams. Okay? They both had access to Wendy's account. So at that point in time, they were the guardians. Okay? While these transactions were going on in 2022, Wells Fargo filed a court filing in 2022 believing Wendy was a victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. Okay. With that being said, this happened while Wendy stayed in Florida. While Wendy was in Florida, she stayed with her son, Kevin Jr. Wendy, when she came down there, did not have a place to stay. So Wendy got a place for her son and lived with her son. That's why the place where Kevin Jr. stayed, was so extravagant. Okay? Why it was $80,000 a month to stay there per Wendy's request, not Kevin Jr. That's where Wendy wanted to live. Kevin was in school. Okay? Kevin was in school. He wasn't just sitting around living off his mom. No, he was getting his education on. Okay? Is what that word. Absolutely. So Wendy lives a very extravagant lifestyle. Do you not see the designer stuff, the furs, all of that stuff, like very extravagant? She spins. Okay? The woman spins. Diamonds, all of that. And I'm a girl, right? So that year, while Kevin and her were living together, she threw Kevin a big party. And the party came up to be $120,000. She spent $120,000 on Kevin Jr.'s birthday party. Right? Super extravagant. Kevin does not live like that. He does not care for those things. His mama do. Right? And his mama been spoiling him like that. Okay, even states in the documentary, she's always went above and beyond and bought me things and made sure that I had whatever I wanted to try to basically balance out the drinking. You know, they were like guilt gifts, guilt presents, you know, like out of guilt because I feel bad. You know, I'm doing this. I'm going to try to replace the things that I should be doing with things instead of me doing them myself, you know, instead of me, you know, really being the mom you need right now. I'm going through all of the stuff, you know, and whatnot. So here's the everything. But he go, just go crazy. I'm gonna buy you this. I'm gonna buy you that. So she's always done that, you know, his whole life, you know, to try to encumber the weight, you know, try to remove the encumbered weight that she put on him by being an alcoholic. You know, and so a woman that's constantly traveling, you know, and all of that stuff. Because she was a good mom. She had to have been, because he thinks so highly of her. You could tell he really loves his mom. So it wasn't like Wendy wasn't unfit or anything like that. No, life happens, you know, and you're trying to juggle being a mom and, you know, this international star. And it's a lot, you know. So it wasn't like she was a bad mom. I just think that she will overcompensate for missing certain things, you know, and whatnot, because, you know, she was busy working. So, yeah, I think that was the energy. But while he was staying there, the things that she would want, no different than now. The only difference is that she doesn't have access to her money, so she can't live how she normally would, right? While Kevin was living with her, the bank contacted her because they felt like, you know, these extravagant parties, you know, and all of this other stuff, that she wasn't spending the money. She felt like somebody in her family was, right? But I really don't, okay, because I'm gonna break this down. It was multiple family members, okay? that were accessing the account. When Wells Fargo in 2022 went to the court and filed a motion basically to get her a guardian, Wendy a guardian, Wendy's sister, Wanda Williams, and Kevin Jr. were running the money and had access to her accounts. At that point in time, Wanda was the guardian and power of attorney over Wendy. Wendy removed the power of attorney from her sister and gave it to her son. It's in the documentary. If you listen, that's what's being said. Wendy gave the power of attorney to her son because the bank was trying to take over. Okay? Because the bank said it was some fraudulent things going on or some stuff that was unauthorized that Wendy didn't know about. Okay? So I believe that Wanda, I'm not calling you no thief yet, but only you and Kevin Jr. had access to that account. Kevin Jr. was not power of attorney. He just had access to it because his mom gave him the cards and stuff like that. Blah, blah, blah. So he had access to the account, but not like the guardian or anything like that, appointed, running anything. If you go back to what Kevin Sr. said, he said that Wendy's sister was trying to take between $5 and $15 million that she took out of that account, and that is why the guardianship happened. Will states that the guardianship happened because of a financial standpoint, and that Wells Fargo, when they did their filing, they thought that she was a victim of undue influence and financial exploitation. So somebody was financially exploiting her. Somebody is taking money that they shouldn't be. And Wells Fargo did not name who the person was, but they said it was somebody really close to her, meaning family. The only way for an outside source like Sabrina to be able to come guardian is if the family is not getting along. So then the judge will remove the family and add in an outside source. So this is where the conflict comes in. The conflict is, I believe Wanda had to have done something with Wendy's account for Wendy to not give her, or basically remove the guardianship and power of attorney from her and give it to her son. Wendy felt like it would be better for her son to be power of attorney, because then right after that, the bank came after her son. The bank stated that the $100K, the $120K for the party, well, basically $100,000 is what they try to say that he stole. That they feel like the $100,000 transaction that he had wasn't authorized, and that the apartment in Miami that was in his name was unauthorized. And it was because Wendy lived there. How can he be? So to me, Kevin Jr. is innocent. I don't believe Kevin stole anything from his mom, because Wendy would give him anything. How can you steal from a person that says you can have it all? So when my kids, if they have my bank cards and I tell them this and whatever they need, you're good. Like they're not stealing from me. Like, no, they're giving. This is how we are. Like, they spoiled. Like, if anything, Kevin's just spoiled. But it wasn't given spoiled. Like you said, a lot of those transactions from my mom. So they coming at me for stuff that she bought. Like, that was her. These are things she wanted. I didn't know. My mom, she has expensive taste, and she do. So, I mean, girl, he not lying like she does, right? So I think, in my opinion, allegedly, I think that there is a strong possibility, because hold on, let me pull this up. Let me go to the Neighborhood Talk real quick and pull up, because I know the Neighborhood Talk has it. Let me go to the Neighborhood Talk real quick and pull up. Hold on. Okay, let me go to the Neighborhood Talk. No, I don't want a message. Okay, let me. Okay, where is it? Okay, let me scroll. Here it goes, right here. Okay, let me pull this up and read again what Kevin said. Well, I'll put this back up on the screen, but I'm going to pull up Kevin So Kelvin says, I'm gonna make this big so y'all can see it. So I don't think I'm making up no words. He said, well, I just want to go to where the sister part is right here. So he says they're only trying to get her there to satisfy. Okay, right here. Let me read that over. I'm just read it. Okay, everyone heard F Kevin through the docuseries. No problem. The show took precedent over everything, including family. What I guess they left out was that while she was in Florida, now again, she was in Florida with her son, Kevin Jr. While she was in Florida getting recovery 3 years ago, there were the secret calls her sister would set up with the Bar Mercury, Mort and Ira, with false pretense that she would be getting the show back. That was a lie and broke-ish more than anything. They only were trying to get her there to satisfy an insurance claim so that they could obviously replace losses and the money that they were stealing, between 5 and 15 million. And they wanted control. Her sister was trying to get the ultimate control herself and was medical proxy at the time, but her nativity allowed her to only be played. And once she got back to New York, they kicked her sister out and she spiraled worse. I was involved at the time, blood on everyone's hands. So when he says that stealing 5 to 15 million and they wanted control, her sister was trying to get ultimate control herself and was medical proxy. Now, she was listed as medical proxy, but Kevin Jr. was the one that was actually doing the work. He was taking care of his mom. He was with Wendy every single day. So paperwork-wise, Wanda had guardianship, basically, over Wendy. Okay? So she was running everything because they were basically saying at that point in time that Wendy was incompetent, that she, was incoherent. They couldn't trust her to make her own decisions financially. So this is when family did step in, her and Kevin Jr. But on paperwork, so basically, it's kind of like doing like home health aid services, if you will. And you're supposed to go to the house and do the services, but it's like it's in your name, but somebody else is doing all the work, or like babysitting or something. You're getting paid for babysitting, but you're not there doing it. Somebody else, is doing all of the work, and whatnot. And she was controlling the money. Where the problem came is Wendy removed her sister from doing that. So there's conflict one with the family because the sister is no longer power of attorney. Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. The sister is no longer power of attorney. And then you have the conflict with Kevin because now the bank is stating that all of the transactions that was happening while Wendy stayed with Kevin, that it was him spending the money instead of her. So the guardian, Sabrina, requested that Kevin leave because she said the person that was buying Wendy Whoppers and alcohol needed to leave because she didn't want Wendy eating that nasty, dirty food, basically. And she didn't want Wendy drinking. Problem is, Kevin Jr. has a no drinking rule, a no alcohol rule. He doesn't even drink. He doesn't even drink. So how are you removing the only source? And Wendy was sober at the time. So you're removing not only the source that keeps her sober, you're not only removing that, you're also removing her son, somebody she loves like deeply. You're removing two important aspects out of her life right now, which is dumb. No one would advise that. So that's why it's definitely something shady going on, because why would you remove Kevin? He has a no drinking rule. If Wendy was sneaking and drinking or whatever, because if she was, that's coming from the Guardian, not Kevin, because Kevin Jr. said that Wendy was sober. She was not drinking. She was eating healthy. She was vegan. She was working out, all of that stuff. She was even on camera, all of that, showing that she was healthy in her right mind, doing skin routines and stuff like she grew. So Kevin was removed because Sabrina blamed the spending all on Kevin, saying that all of that money that was spent while she was in Florida under Kevin's care and Wanda's care, okay, all of that money was Kevin spending it. Now, I do think, because the documents are sealed that Wells Fargo put out on what they sent to the judge in the first place, pretty much, of why they felt like Wendy was being financially exploited. Her sister very so much could be in that documentation. Very so much. Wanda, you could very so much have been moving money or placing assets, expensive assets, into your name or in other people's names. It is very possible because we have not seen it. We don't know what the report is, but Wells Fargo has been found of no wrongdoing. How true that is, we don't know. Now, because I'm still side-eyeing Wells Fargo. But at this moment in time, it would make sense of why Wendy removed her sister from basically being her guardian over her money and stuff at that time and gave her son power of attorney. Sabrina, once Wells Fargo complained to the judge and said that there's obviously conflict in the family, so there needs to be an outside source. So Wells Fargo requested that she have a guardian outside of the family because they felt that it was family financially exploiting her. So when people are saying, why aren't the family the guardians? That's why. Because Wells Fargo is stating that they already were. So Wanda and Kevin Jr. were already her guardians. Sabrina is not her first guardian. Wanda Williams is. That's her first guardian. Absolutely. And then technically her second would have been Kevin Jr. because she gave Kevin Jr. power of attorney over her. She absolutely did. And then Sabrina came into the picture once Wells Fargo was like, no, we need her power of attorney or her guardian to be outside of the family. We need you to bring in somebody. So then that's when the judge brought in Sabrina. He agreed. So the judge agreed with Wells Fargo since there was conflict in the family, meaning she's being stole from. The sister was allegedly stealing, and then the son was allegedly stealing too. Kevin Jr. and even his cousin Travis, they all said that in the courtroom, one of the first things that they said was that Kevin stole $100,000 and that the guardian, Sabrina, wanted him removed from her immediately because they had already gotten rid of Wanda, which Kevin Sr. is telling the truth about that. He absolutely is. Wanda was the original guardian. So if you hear right here what Kevin says, he says her sister was trying to get the ultimate control herself and was medical proxy at the time, but her nativity allowed her to be played. And once she got back to New York, they kicked her sister out. Okay. Just like they did Kevin Jr. They kicked him out too. They did. So he is telling the truth. I do believe he's telling the truth about this. Although he's a thief too, he stole too. While the guardianship and all of this stuff went on, Kevin was already out the picture. He was still he still had contact with Wendy, but he had no power, like over her finances or anything like that. He had no power. He was booted already. So they were just talking. That was it. Yeah, she was still talking to Kevin, but he didn't have no power over anything. So with everything that happened in Florida and all of that, that was Wanda Williams and Kevin Jr. Kevin Sr. was nowhere to be found. He was already over there with that baby and that girl. So, yeah. So what it's giving is that Wanda, I don't know the amount. Kevin is saying it's between 5 and 15 million. I don't know. I haven't seen anything on that, but it does give that Wanda, and that what really kind of pisses me off is that the document is sealed. So we can't see the original complaint because the original complaint was against Wanda. The second complaint was against Kevin. That's where the conflict comes in. So where the judge is pretty much just like, okay, well, if the sister is allegedly did ... with the money, and then you got the son that's over there allegedly spending $100,000 on parties and the $120,000 on this, $40,000 on that, like her life, you know, completely overlooking Wendy. Like, of course, Wendy's not spending any of this money. Another reason why I'm side-eyeing Wells Fargo. Why y'all didn't do this when she was with Kevin? Please hit the like, please hit the like, please hit the like. When Kevin was buying Sharina expensive, extravagant cars, condos and homes, and why y'all ain't freeze her account then? She didn't authorize any of those transactions. Why y'all wait till she was her son and then all of a sudden, let's freeze her account? Because he spent $120,000 on a party that she threw. Okay, well, Kevin bought Sharina, what, a $90,000 vehicle? $120,000 vehicle, something like that? Why y'all ain't freeze the thin? When he was taking 30, 40, 50, 60, $100,000 and putting it into her bank account, she didn't work. Where was she working to be making that type of money? Why y'all ain't freeze the thin? That don't make any sense. And she gave birth to her son. See, a marriage certificate is a piece of paper. She made her son power of attorney. Meaning he lived with her. She lived with him. They lived together. So any money being spent coming out of the household, they live together, just like a married couple, right? What does that mean? I don't get that. It's still her money. It doesn't belong to him. So he can't spend beyond his means, even if they have a connected account. Meaning if Wendy ain't there signing that check, the check shouldn't be being signed. It should be being flagged and frozen. Because this check said that the husband did this. Okay, well, let's check. They doing it with the son. Why they didn't do it with the husband? And her son had power of attorney. Meaning she's in his care, or they're together. So whatever is being spent is on a household, just like a marriage. It wasn't like she was just living with her son and he had her credit card. No, he had power of attorney, meaning that he had the right to spend what either he was told or wanted to, because that's her son. So if the bank call her and say, hey, we noticed that you just spent $120,000 yesterday. If she says, okay, or, oh, I did, on what? As long as it's verified that her son, the purchases that he made, she agreed to the purchases and knew about the purchases, there should be no red flags. While we freeze an account, she get to do what she want to do with her money. Like they don't get to tell her what to do with what she earned. We don't get to do it with them. So why they get to do it to her? Now, if Wendy's saying, I have no idea where that's coming, I know I didn't do none of that, or the bank didn't say, as far as we know, the bank didn't say that. The bank going off of a hunch. Because now with the sister, I was here for it. But with Kevin Jr., I'm not. Because Wendy will give him the shirt off of her back. So, no different with my kid. If my kid is spoiled, they're going to buy what they want to buy. I'm not going to question it being rich. Like, I'm not really going to question too much what they're doing. I'm just not, because it's my kid. So if my bank call me being rich, like Wendy, and they say, well, this transaction and this transaction and this transaction and this transaction, if I don't necessarily know, I will hit my kid up. Or if my kid is there, which my kid having power of attorney of me, you best believe they're going to be close. Hey, did you do da yesterday? Did you spend da? Yeah. Okay. Yep, we're good. Okay, bye. They're not about to freeze my accounts because my kid is spoiled, or I wanted to spoil my kid, or I wanted to. You're not freezing. You're not. But I really don't think that that's what got the accounts frozen. I think what got Wendy's accounts frozen was her sister, in my opinion. Because you can't blame this on Kevin Sr. because he wasn't around. You can't blame it on him. And Kevin Jr. can have what he wants. The kingdom belongs to him. He can have what he wants. So how can you steal from somebody that'll give you anything? It gives Kevin don't have to steal. It gives the sky is the limit. Whatever he asks for, she gonna make it happen. You can't steal from somebody like that. And you also wouldn't feel like you would have to. If you got your mommy or daddy credit card and they tell you to buy what you want to buy or you go shopping, that's what you're going to do. That's what you're going to do. How you stealing? How you stealing? Stealing what? So I'm like, yeah, no, y'all just wanted to remove Wendy from her money is what that gives, like 100%. But when it comes to her sister, I don't know. I don't know, because he said that she wanted her down there for an insurance claim. I don't know. I don't know about that. So that's why I say, I mean, I'm not too trusting of Kevin Sr. I'm really not, but even liars tell the truth. Even a broken clock is correct, you know, throughout the day. So, and now my girl, do Guardians get a salary? Not from what I gather. I do not think that Guardians get paid. Now, Sabrina, I think she's a little different because she is an attorney. So I think that there's like services being rendered, you know, services she have to pay. That's a service is what it gives because she's an attorney. So I think that there may be, you know, some payment that she gets out of it. But yeah, to a certain extent, yeah, I think, you know, I guess. I don't see why they would get paid. Like but I'm assuming they do in some way, shape, or form. And Sabrina is an attorney, so she's definitely getting paid. She has to be. Oh yeah, she's not being this for free. Oh no, oh no, girl. Oh no, there's definitely money attached to it, and she does have full access to her money. Full access, but with being a guardian, you do get your own income. So the Wendy does get money. She does. It's just not how she wants it. Because again, she lives extravagantly. So these couple thousand here comes out like that's not good enough for her. Like she wants to do what she wants to do, buy what she want to buy, go where she want to go. So yeah. So I do think that the sister, I don't know, girl. I don't know, girl. But they did blame Kevin Jr. for 100K being stolen. And then they also said the 120K spent on the party, the $80,000 for the apartment that he had in Miami. They blamed him for all of that and said that basically he did all of that without her authorization, which it couldn't be anything further from the truth. That is such a lie because he had all the, you know, you could tell Wendy's like, yeah. And she lived there. That's another thing. Like they would go run the beach together, all of that. Like she lived there. Like what? Anyways. So the Guardian requests Kevin Jr. leave. She did, Sabrina. The Guardian felt Kevin bought all the Whoppers and liquor. So I think that Wendy was doing that in her private time. I do think that she was sneaking and drinking. And Kevin not knowing, because if the Guardian is saying that a bunch of liquor and Whoppers, basically from like Burger King, were being purchased, that, you know, of course it wasn't Wendy. It was him. He was out buying her these things, although Wendy said while she was staying with her son, she was vegan. Meat is not in the vegan diet. Whoppers have meat. Whoppers have meat. So, very confused by that. I just think that Wendy was doing that in her own time and he didn't know about it, is what it gives. I mean, you can't be around a person 24 hours a day. So if Kevin goes, Wendy is still drinking. So that's the thing. For her to say like Kevin needs to leave because Kevin is the reason she's drinking, yet Wendy is still drinking. Kevin had a no liquor policy. He didn't drink liquor, and his mom was not allowed to drink liquor or be drunk or intoxicated around him. Okay, that was his rule. Okay, rule of thumb with his mother. Okay, is that she couldn't drink. So you say Kevin got to leave, although we know for a fact he was not supplying his mom with no alcohol or anything like that. Right? For her to continue to drink. So Guardian, shouldn't she not be drinking? Because her son's gone, because he was the reason she was drinking, right? Because that's why you wanted him gone. Because of the Whoppers and liquor. But she kept drinking. It got worse when her son left. Alrighty then. but this guardian is supposed to care about her. I can't tell. That doesn't make any sense. Will finds empty liquor bottles in Wendy's room and doesn't know but he says he doesn't think she needs help. Doesn't know, if I don't know if Wendy needs help with liquor. If she didn't need help with liquor, then why did you put her in a wellness clinic? Or why did you send her to treatment if she didn't need help with alcohol? There are people in the comments saying that, because I'm just really confused by that. You said that you don't know if she needs help with her drinking because the producers asked. They said, do you think Wendy needs help? And he was like, well, you've been around her. What you think? And they shook their head, yeah. So then he says, well, I don't know if she needs help. I don't know. Well, why would you put her in a wellness clinic? Why would you put her in treatment? That means, you know what you need to know. Why do you keep, going behind her back and telling certain people not to supply her with alcohol, and stuff like that, and throwing her liquor in the garbage and pouring it down the drain? Why are you doing all that if you don't think she needs help? That doesn't even make sense. You're weird. Like, what is wrong with you? She has an idiot for a manager. Kevin Jr. felt his mom being an alcoholic made her spoil him. He says she pushes away anyone that wants her to stop drinking. I agree. That's what alcoholics do. They want yes men around them. They want people around them that are going to be okay with what they're doing. Normalize what they are doing to where they don't look at it as an issue. They don't look at it as a problem, although it is. When I was stating earlier about people in comments stating that, oh, your title say that Wendy's dying is harsh. I know the family this, family that, blah, blah, blah. No. Alex Finney said herself that every day she gets on Google to make sure that her aunt is basically still alive. 100%. She looks to see also what people are saying, but she looks to see, if she's still living, hoping that she doesn't see anything that they can't turn back from or can't help her get out of, or it's too late, because she is dying. She's drinking every single day. It's hard on her body. Everybody around her, there is no one around her that is okay with her drinking. It's a bad thing, she's just like sitting there withering away. She's not eating, none of that stuff. Like, it's crazy. And so, yeah, moving along from that. What's next? Okay, we just read that. So let's get into the podcast. So Wendy's podcast failed because Will wanted a big deal so he can get a big percentage. That is how I feel. When they sat down with the woman that was finding them deals for the podcast, and they needed to pitch it, and they can't pitch it without some type of promo for it. He was against it. He was completely against it because he wants Wendy to make a lot of money. He wants her to have a huge deal coming into this situation. The producers wanted to know if Will felt like Wendy was ready to do a podcast. And she's an alcoholic. Wendy's an alcoholic. So how is she going to be ready to do a podcast drunk? No. Until Wendy is healthy, you shouldn't even be thinking about a podcast. You shouldn't even be thinking about a show. You're setting her up for failure right out the gate. It's going to be a repeat. The cycle is going to start all over again. But see, here's the thing, Sherelle. They had a pilot. The problem with the pilot is that what they had recorded of Wendy already, her behavior was erratic. She couldn't remember things. She kept dropping the ball. What they had was bad material. They didn't have a good pilot. So he's sitting here pitching Wendy, whole time Wendy drunk in all of what they have filmed already. Because they had already been filming. If you pay attention throughout the first 2 episodes, They had been filming like Hot Topics and Wendy talking about other celebrities. During the first episode, they did a rapping when everybody was around her at the table and they were recording her and she was sitting in the chair, you know, with her wig on. So she was already doing podcasting, you know, and whatnot. They were already filming her. The problem was that she kept she couldn't remember things. They would bring up a conversation or bring up a topic and she would start with that topic and then her mind would just go blank, you know, so they didn't have a good pilot. So, you know, they needed a good show. Like, how you do it? They needed a good about 5 to 15 minutes, between 5 and 15 minutes, something that they could put together to show what's to come. They didn't have anything. She doesn't look good. She looks unstable. She doesn't look like she's healthy. She's sitting here intoxicated. It was just way too much going on. So he couldn't put a good pilot together. They would have to do some super editing at that point. They would have to do some super editing to try to make the pilot look good at all. So what he was worried about was the money. That's what he was worried about. He wasn't worried about the pilot. He didn't care nothing about pitching anything. He wanted to, as long as the check clear, as long as you put a big enough check in front of us, you can do whatever you want to. You can put out pilots. You do it all. So he's looking at Wendy as like a product instead of somebody that needs help. Like, you know, this woman need help. You know she do. You even say she's difficult, that she's hard to deal with, you know, at times. So, like, what are you talking about? Like, you know she needs assistance, but you're giving her none. And to have her literally, like, it's like you know what she's going through. And you want to put a camera in front of that? You want to put a camera in front of that? Because he said out his own mouth that he feels like she's going to go viral no matter what. Good, bad, or indifferent. So it don't matter. She can go on here and tank, you know, as far as we're concerned. You know, we don't care. You know, type of situation. You know, as long as I get the check. So that's what he was doing. It's like, you know she not ready. And then the producer said that to her, like, do you think she ready? And he asked them again. He was like, well, you've been around her. Do you think she's ready? They shook their head no. Like, yeah, no, she's not ready. She isn't. And you know she's not ready, but you do nothing. Instead, you're still trying to sell her to the highest bidder. The higher the contract, the higher your percentage. So that's why he didn't want a pilot or anything like that out yet, because he didn't want for someone to play the pilot and whatnot and them think that the pilot that's being pitched, that somebody else already has it. So one person sees the pilot, likes the pilot, and is interested and is ready to offer a deal. He feels like that's going to pull off for anybody that will come in and counter bid. You know, like, that's what he worried about. Like counter bids and all of this stuff. Like, I don't want nobody to look too official, you know, that they have her, because I want other people to know that they can still throw their bid in too. So that's why he wasn't interested in putting a pilot together or anything like that. He was too worried about the check. Like, he looked at her as money. I'm like, that is trash. You know, this woman needs to go to a treatment or something immediately, as soon as possible. Okay. We're about to go over to Coffee and stream this. We'll give y'all about a good 10 minutes to get over there. Shout out to Baby Shay. I love you, sweetheart. I don't know if how long it takes, but so because I know y'all want to watch the other parts and I want to watch them with y'all. This time yesterday I got stuck in an interview, but I don't have one tonight, so we're good. Now I can enjoy it with you guys. So Kevin Jr. Wait, okay. Oh, I'm skipping. Okay. Wendy states she has no friends and cried. Will was trying to convince her that she does have friends. No, she does not. No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't, buddy. No, nobody. No, nobody. She doesn't have any friends because y'all have isolated her from everyone and everything. All she sees is y'all. That's it. She don't see anybody else. So since she don't see nobody else, that's who she views her friends. She views the people that are around her, y'all, as her friends, and the cameramen, you know, and stuff like that, and the audience. She views those people as her friends before the friends that she actually had in her life, you know, like the Black Chinas and, you know, and the Nene Leaks and the other people. Jason Lee, and others. So she doesn't have friends, and she's absolutely telling the truth when she says that. The people that she used to be friends with are now her associates. People that if see her will speak to her, will say hello, ask her how she's doing. But when it comes to having girlfriends and talking on the phone all night and stuff like that and day and them coming to visit you, you coming to visit them, she does not have any friends because that's what friends do. That's what friends do. Okay? So all she do that with is y'all. So she's telling the truth. She doesn't have any friends. That's true. That is a fact. That absolutely is. He tells the waiter not to bring any wine to Wendy, and Wendy gets upset. Well, not necessarily like right then and there because she didn't realize it, but she, would have been upset. And Wendy was mad that he took her alcohol. So the next scene cuts into after the dinner of him walking up into the liquor bottles, empty liquor bottles, and stuff like that. And he was sneaking her liquor bottles and pouring her liquor out. And she found out and she was upset. She was very mad that he was doing that. Now, he is a coward, if you ask me, because think about the rest of how that day went, paying attention to the episode. She was yelling at the assistant when they stopped to go get the vape and whatnot, forcing her to go back and forth and whatnot, telling them that they were at the wrong vape store. It was close to the Wendy Williams set or the Sherry Shepherd set, and they were at the right store. She made them leave and drive all the way around again to come back to the same exact place, sent the girl back in there, was yelling at her, very frustrated with her. That all happened because she was mad at Will. If Will would have been there, been present, the assistant, what was her name? Shauna or something like that. She wouldn't have got yelled at. None of that stuff would have happened. Not that I'm saying it's okay. It's not okay. Wendy did apologize to her, but none of that was okay, right? But they're taking the brunt of what he did. Will upset Wendy. He did. He made her mad. She left on that energy because of him. She said that she didn't want to see him and that she didn't want to be around him. He still should have got his ass in that car because he knew what was coming. Wendy would have took it different if you would have went in there and got that vape. If you would have been in that car, saying that we're in the right spot, she would have took it different coming from you. But you didn't want to take the brunt of the energy that she was about to have because you knew that she found out that you had poured out her alcohol and stuff like that, and she was pissed. Because it's expensive that she only got a couple dollars. So, and a girl. So, yeah. I'm like, what are you talking about? What you should have got in that car. You should not have left that crew to take the energy that you brought about. You are the cause and effect. So you should have dealt with it. That was very cowardly of you to set her off, rev her engines, and then push her in a car with other people. You didn't even try when she said, oh, I don't want to see you. You didn't even try. You should have been like, well, okay, I know you're mad, but come on, let's talk. You're like, you didn't even care. I'm like, oh, okay, oh, well. Hell, I ain't got to deal with you. Like those people shouldn't have, the staff shouldn't have had to deal with that. You should have. Because you her manager. You getting paid to deal with it. Remember? You're getting paid to deal with that. The other people aren't. Now, they getting their coin, but they're not getting coin for that. You are. When you're working for a celebrity, they're, even if they're not, alcoholics or suffering, or they're moody. Very moody. Yes, they have very demanding schedules, and those schedules can make it so that a person is always tired. Always tired. Always. So they're crabby, groggy, irritable. So they're short. A lot of times celebrities are very short, with their staff. And it's not that the staff did anything. It's just because of how, kind of you were just at the wrong place at the wrong time. It does not excuse it. It's not okay, but it comes with the territory. People look at how Wendy treats her staff and be like, oh, that's so horrible. I would never treat my staff that way. You wouldn't know what you would do. You don't know what you would do. You don't know. When you're so used to people putting you on a pedestal and basically like bowing to you, you're going to expect that from everybody. So you can't enable a person and get upset at the treatment. Stop enabling them. Because if Wendy's doing something bad, which I don't agree with none of the treatment and how she treated them, but I also don't agree with them sticking around. Like, that's the problem. All for clout. All to say that you work for Wendy. I don't give a who she is. She ain't talking to me like that. I don't care. Like, I don't, like, you're going to treat me like a human being. You absolutely are. I don't give a what type of day you having, because you don't know what type of day I'm having. So, like, I'm not about to give you respect you're not giving me. I don't care what you are paying me, because others will. So I don't feel bad for no Sean. I don't feel bad for none of them. I don't feel bad for anybody that's sitting around accepting that behavior, because you shouldn't be. She ain't going to change. She going to stay the same way if y'all keep enabling and being yes men. Stand up to her. Stand up to her. That's why she don't treat her son like that, because he stands up to her. He don't allow her to treat him like that. He will walk away before he lets her treat him like that. That's why they went for 8 months without speaking, and she may be rich. Which one of y'all gonna get more money than her own son? None of you stand to gain more than him. And he walked away. He got more power than all of y'all. And he walked away. She'll do anything for him. She won't do anything for you. So he walk away, but y'all feel like it's cool to stick around? Okay. She tell you need lipo, you sit through that? Okay, cool. She asks you, are you dumb? Are you stupid? And you keep doing her nails? That's on you. You pick out an outfit and she, oh no, that's the church's. Oh, I don't like her. I don't. That's you staying. Like, what? I'm not about to sit here and pity you. Oh, Wendy's so mean. No, she not. That's just how she run her ship. You either gonna be a part of it or you ain't. That's simple. I would stay away from a person I thought was manipulative and abusive. It's not going to attract me to them more because they have a name. Had a name. No. Excuse me, has been says what? Girl. No. Has been said what? Like, excuse me? Did you have this energy for Sherry? I need you to calm down. Girl, please. You done drove past Sherry show how many times and they ran up on her at all? And at least one of them threw a shoe, nothing. Girl, please. How you more mad at me than you mad at Sherry? See, because I'm going to bring her back to life. I'm going to bring her back to reality, girl. So if they want to sit around and allow her to treat them like that, oh, well, you know, I don't feel sorry for them. No, Wendy shouldn't be doing none of that to nobody, because don't nobody deserve that type of treatment. But not everybody's going to accept it. So you got a bunch of people around accepting it. No, you don't have to. All because you want to attach yourself to her name and her value, you know, and all of those things. Okay, well, there's things that come with the territory. Like, you may get cussed out. She may fire you. She may hire you again. You know? It's up to you, I guess. But, you know, I don't feel sorry for any of them. I would feel sorry for the family, because you don't get to choose your family, but you do get to choose your job. No, you don't get to choose family, but you do get to choose your occupation. You do. Absolutely. It's not easy to walk away from family. She ain't that. So, like the driver, did she treat me like this? Some days she goes, okay, well, Hey, must be the money. Cause girl, she was talking to me like that, and I was driving. I would have left her ass in the middle of the street. Sure would have, in the middle of Times Square, and got out the car and closed the door and took the keys. Turned the car off and took the keys. And left her in the middle of the street. What you at? Because I know my value. I'm not about to let you treat me any type of way. Like, so they do. Okay. Oh, well. They like being called stupid and fat and, you know, not, hey, it is what it is. Quit. I would not accept those things. I would not accept that because you're Wendy Williams. I pass. Yes. So Wendy gets furious with the, you know, the vapes and all of that stuff and blah, 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 and this and that. I'm like, why don't they realize she's drunk? But I think they did, though. I think they knew she was drunk. And then she requested that they order some liquor to the car. Whoa. Why don't we just get some liquor? Why don't we just order some liquor to the car? I'm like, girl. I think Wendy's really bored because she says it all the time. I think she really wants to get out. I think that's another reason that causes her to drink too. She's bored. You know, she just has nothing to do. Just sitting around waiting for nothing. You know, I think she's bored. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. We will cover part 2 tomorrow, both episodes, to close this on out, and I'm a girl. And then we're going to get into the documents because I want to pull up those court documents from Wells Fargo and whatnot and get into that because Kevin did drop some tea, Kevin Sr., with the whole Wanda Williams situation. We are going to look more into that, but this is just the beginning. We're going to be in coffee in about 15 minutes in the streaming room. So go over to coffee to get the link, and we are going to watch part 2 over there. I'm going to get about 10-15 minutes to get over there, and then it will be started. Okay. I'm gonna love you guys. I will see y'all over there. Thank you so much for liking and subscribing to the channel. Shout out to Shuni. I love you too, sweetheart. And shout out to Lisa for becoming a member. I love you guys. I will see you all on the next show. Until then, bye.